Welcome to another episode of Distro History, where we take a look at some of the most important and sometimes overlooked Linux distributions in history. Today, we're diving into TurboLinux, a pioneering Linux distribution that made a big impact in Asia and brought Linux into the enterprise world with a focus on performance and scalability. TurboLinux was founded in 1992 by Cliff Miller and quickly rose to prominence as one of the first commercial Linux distributions. While most early distributions focused on the Western market, TurboLinux saw an opportunity in Asia, specifically targeting Japan and China. This made it one of the few Linux distributions to gain significant traction in the region, becoming extremely popular in enterprise environments. What made TurboLinux stand out was its focus on performance. It was optimized for high-performance computing, HPC environments, making it a favorite for businesses and institutions that needed powerful servers. TurboLinux became known for its support for clustering and multiprocessing, which allowed companies to build large-scale computing solutions using Linux. One of TurboLinux's biggest achievements was its work with TurboCluster, a tool that allowed users to create Linux clusters for load balancing and high availability. This made it a top choice for enterprises looking to build scalable, reliable server infrastructure. TurboLinux was also one of the first distributions to support Itanium processors, positioning itself at the forefront of enterprise-level Linux adoption. In addition to its enterprise focus, TurboLinux also made waves by working with proprietary software vendors. This included partnerships with companies like Sun Microsystems and Oracle, which allowed TurboLinux to offer proprietary applications on top of its open-source base. TurboLinux even included support for Windows media formats and Microsoft Office compatibility, which made it more appealing to businesses that needed to maintain compatibility with existing Windows environments. However, despite its early success, TurboLinux struggled to maintain its momentum. As Red Hat and SUSE gained dominance in the enterprise Linux space, TurboLinux's influence started to decline. While it remained popular in Asia, it failed to capture a significant share of the global market, especially as other distributions began to offer more complete enterprise solutions. By the mid-2000s, TurboLinux had faded into the background as Linux distributions like Red Hat Enterprise Linux, RHL, and SUSE Linux Enterprise became the standard for enterprise deployments. Although TurboLinux is still technically maintained today, its glory days are long past, and it's now more of a niche player in the Linux world. Despite its decline, TurboLinux played a key role in the early adoption of Linux in Asia and was one of the first to focus on making Linux a legitimate choice for enterprise-level computing. Its innovations in clustering, multiprocessing, and its partnerships with proprietary software vendors helped pave the way for the widespread adoption of Linux in business environments. TurboLinux might not be as well known today, but its contribution to the Linux world, especially in Asia and enterprise computing, was significant. For many, it was the first taste of Linux's potential in the business world. TurboLinux may be a forgotten powerhouse now, but its impact on the Linux world, particularly in high-performance computing and Asian markets, cannot be ignored. It was one of the first Linux distributions to truly bridge the gap between open source and proprietary software, setting a precedent for enterprise Linux. Thanks for watching.